Now let's bring Trent back in to discuss the latest when it comes to Dorian. I know a lot of people are wondering if it is going to head toward Lako and if it is going to have these impacts. And right now we are seeing this storm kind of slow down a little bit. It's essentially stopped in its tracks right now over the Bahamas.
Yeah, you get a little nervous when you look at a storm like this, a Category 5, the second strongest ever in the Atlantic Basin, and you're waiting for it to turn as it's been moving towards the west. 15 years doing this, and this was a little nerve-wracking. And right now, the indications are that the eye of Hurricane Dorian is wobbling a little bit to the north. We will watch this because storms do this as they move in a westerly direction, and they're this powerful. The eye kind of wobbles a bit, and this does not necessarily mean it's starting to turn to the north. We will know more as we get several more satellite images in throughout the morning. But already we are picking this up on the radar sites coming in out of Melbourne, Miami, Key West, and Tampa. And it would put this into motion. You can see that core of hurricane force winds just devastating Grand Bahama from Sweeting Cay through High Rock. Some of the outer bands beginning ready to impact areas in Palm Beach County, also Martin County near Hobe Sound. And you can see the core of damaging tropical storm force winds right here near west end on Grand Bahama Island. A little farther to the south, some of these rain bands wrapping around through Dade County and over towards Bimini in the Bahamas. For us, we are dry as you step out your door this morning. If you're heading off to work on this holiday, traffic should be pretty good. Not much happening weather-wise. And of course, the roads should be a little quieter today with the holiday. 79 degrees right now in Fort Myers. Sunrise coming up at 7:07. Naples, you're checking into 81 degrees. And that wind out of the north-northwest will pick up today between 10 and 20 miles per hour. So for today, we'll see a high near 90. The more sunshine we see before the clouds build in, we could see 90, 91, and we'll stay breezy with that chance of rain today, 60%. It will not rain all day. The rain chance will be higher this afternoon as we get the atmosphere a little more unstable with that daytime heating. Just to give you some perspective on the size of Dorian compared to the state of Florida, this is why when we show you that forecast track graphic, you can't focus on that skinny black line because that's just taking into account where the eye of the storm is, not the tropical storm force winds or that hurricane core. Now, even though the eye is slowly drifting to the west here and wreaking absolute havoc on the Bahamas, it is still forecast to slowly make that turn to the north, keeping this very deadly core off the coastline of Florida. But what a rough couple of days here from the Abacos all the way through Grand Bahama. And you can see in the latest satellite imagery the southern part of the eye as it moved to the other part of the island and now is beginning to wobble to the north at least. That's something we're going to be tracking all morning long is this turn. I mentioned the strongest hurricanes ever. Irma in 2017 at one point had winds of 180. Dorian stronger than that, and it is tied for the second strongest with the another South Florida storm, the 1935 Labor Day hurricane, which wiped out the Flago Railroad and created the overseas highway in the Florida Keys as we know it today. Now, as far as their predictor model, the storm is continuing to kind of wobble here off to the north. Our winds will be out of the northwest, and you can see those rain bands across St. Lucie County all the way down towards Dade. And as the storm rises to the north, a storm surge impact will definitely be felt as the winds wrap around on the backside of this storm. The 6 o'clock update. The National Hurricane Center said that they're watching that wobble. They are seeing it as well. And the forecast track here over the next couple of days definitely keeps this storm off the coastline of Florida, at least that center track, before heading off to the coast of the northeast, still is a Category 1 storm. Today, if you're thinking about taking the boat out for the holiday, keep in mind the winds will be picking up and we will be seeing this on and off rain. The inland waters will be choppy. Now out at the beach, we will see some sunshine early with a high temperature of 90. We'll keep the breezy conditions through midweek and then looking ahead towards the rest of the week and weekend if you're trying to plan. Looks like the rain chance will come down once Dorian passes, and we'll see a more typical summertime pattern by the time we get back towards the weekend.